Hi, my name is Annette Bolsh and my channel is Wise Woman Sexuality, where I talk about pleasure, sexual pleasure for women of all ages, particularly those in their older age like me. Today we're going to talk about what's going on when the pleasure is not happening. Because so often we can blame ourselves, blame our bodies, make something about us wrong, when it can really be about not understanding fully the layers of sex, the layers of pleasure. It's about not understanding that there are many different platforms that need to be in place to have those profoundly fulfilling experiences. I call them the 10 platforms of pleasure. And not having any one of these can be impacting your experience more than. Number one is safety. How safe do you feel? And I don't necessarily mean this about the level of threat that you might feel around your partner. If you're feeling a level of threat, then my suggestion is, what are you doing having sex in this place? Safety is really about, do you have the amount of time that you need to be able to relax? Do you have a safe space? Do you like to have the door locked? Do you like to have nobody else in the house? Do you like to be free of your own negative judgments? Do you like to be creating an atmosphere that is about really going for what you want rather than focusing on all the things that you don't want? This can create a sense of safety. And the second platform of pleasure is about your presence. So how present are you being in the moment? Are you really here now? Or are you thinking about where your partner's at? Are you thinking about what might be happening after this pleasure session or what didn't happen before the pleasure session? Are you able to just slow down, take a breath, and really be here now and fully connected to everything? That level of being present is being able to give yourself permission to feel whatever emotions are there. Because often we make emotions wrong in our pleasure. We think that we should only be feeling pleasure and not feeling fear or anger or shame or any other emotion. But when we stop these feelings from coming in, we also stop our pleasure, because they're all just different frequencies of energy. So just naming it, giving yourself permission to feel it, let it pass through, take a breath, let it go, can really increase your level of presence, and it can also help to switch your mind off, because often our mind is active because we're wanting to avoid feeling what's in our bodies. Number three is being connected to yourself. How connected do you feel? Are you busy looking for connection with your partner, but you're not actually feeling a connection with yourself? And that's one of the ways we can really miss out on pleasure, is being so focused on our partner that we actually forget about ourselves. Or we're expecting that connection to come through the connection with our partner. But actually we can only be connected to our partners to the degree with which we're connected to ourselves. So it's about asking yourself, how connected do I feel to myself, and what can I do to get more connected? So number four is about the five senses, and bringing in the five senses into your pleasure experience can really help you go beyond your thinking mind into the body. And by the five senses, of course, I mean, what are you seeing? What are the sights around you? Is there something really nice to look at? Are you wearing something lovely? Is there a soft light in the room? All of these things can help. And what are you hearing? Do you have some nice background music playing? Or are you saying nice things to your lover or nice things to yourself? And what are you touching? What are you feeling? So can you touch your own skin rather than just relying on your partner's touch? Can you feel your partner's touch and really let it in rather than just thinking about what's coming next? And what are you tasting? Can you actually taste yourself in your mouth? Can you taste your lover's skin in your mouth? Can you taste some delicious chocolate or other kinds of foods, sensual foods, in your pleasure practice? And what are you smelling? Do you have something, an oil or a perfume in the air that really helps to switch your mind off? Five is connected to your yoni. How connected to your yoni are you? Are you really down there? Have you taken your awareness down to that part of your body between your legs? Said hello to her. Ask her how she's feeling. What is it that she would like in your session today? because she has a really deep level of sexual power and pleasure inside of her that if you actually build on this relationship, will vastly help you increase the amount of pleasure that you experience. Number 6 is your intention. Setting your intention creates a more conscious experience. What is it that you actually really want to desire to create for yourself? What is the pleasure that you would like to experience? And what are the things that you might need? You might need to speak up for, or you might need to arrange before you get started. And what is your intention about giving yourself full permission to really let go and experience everything that's possible in your pleasure experience? This intention, this mental agreement, this yes to what you're going to experience can really help create a level of safety in your body and in your mind and really allow your pleasure to increase. Number 7 is all about the tools that you might bring to your pleasure experience. And they can be obvious things like dildos or vibrators, but they can also be things like your breath. What are you doing with your breath? How fully are you breathing? How fast? How deeply? It can be things like sound. Are you giving yourself permission to make sounds? And it can also be, are you giving yourself permission to move in a way that feels good to you? All of these tools are part of your pleasure experience. Number 8 is also about mindset. How worthy do you feel? How deserving do you feel of the pleasure that you want to experience? Just checking in with yourself. Out of 10, how worthy or deserving do you feel? And what is it that you could actually bring in that would enhance your level of deservingness? Maybe it's a sense of loving yourself. Maybe it's a sense of having achieved something in your day. Maybe it's a sense of really feeling connected with your partner and having done something great in your relationship that day. It can be a whole different range of things that can increase your level of worthiness and deservingness of pleasure. Number 9 is about being able to use your voice. And this one is so important. And it's not just about asking for what you want or expressing what you don't want. It's about using your voice to really let your pleasure come through, giving yourself even more permission. And the final one is about bringing your heart into your pleasure experience. And you might think these two things don't necessarily need to be in the one place. And it's not necessarily about opening your heart to your partner if that doesn't feel like the space that you're in, but it's really about opening your heart to yourself. Because when you do that, you're in a deeper part of connection with yourself. You're in a deeper part of yourself that can expand, that can really surrender and drop in more fully into your pleasure, that can actually bring the energy of magic into your pleasure. So bringing your heart in, checking in with where is your heart? What's happening? Does it feel closed? Does it feel open? What does it need? And bringing that into your pleasure as well. So the next time you think that you're just not capable of being fully sexual, or your body's broken, or you're just not good enough in some way, or your partner's not good enough in some way, maybe you might like to check in with what is happening with your 10 platforms of pleasure. What might be missing? What might you be able to bring in to take your experience from just not happening to something that feels really worthwhile, really enjoyable, and leaves you with a smile on your face? And if this video has left you with a smile on your face and you would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.